Hello and welcome to this demo on the common controls. So before starting off the demo, I would like to walk you through this new feature which came along Utah release in ServiceNow, which is called the common controls. So the common controls, they have been created for a reason, which is the following. So in case that you've got a lot of entities and they are reliant on the test results on this control, and rather than running all of those controls against those entities, you can do it once and it will be saving really a lot of time from the control owners. So the bottom line here is that it can be used, for instance, in the cases of the SSO, the single sign-on. So in case that you've got different applications and business applications reliant on that access, so you would need to do the control once within the primary entity, and the results are going to be spread across all of those reliant entities. So now just let me show you what we've got within our instance. So when we go to the instance, and that's the first thing that I would like to emphasize, is that the common controls, they are available only under the workspaces and the compliance workspace. So here, in case that you are working exclusively with the classic lists, you would need to think about using the next Experience Unified Navigation in ServiceNow and leveraging the compliance workspace. So when we go to the compliance workspace, here we have a new field which has been added, which is called function. And you can see clearly that we've got the standard controls that can be transformed to common controls. So when we open up any record, and let me take this control for instance. So this is a standard control and the state is in a draft and a test. And this is a pretty important point that I would like to emphasize, is that you can transform the controls from the standard to the common control only within these two states, right? It means that in case that this is in the draft or the test, then you can transform it to, you can convert it to a common control. If this is in the review, monitor, or retired, it won't be possible anymore. So this one is in the draft. It means that I can convert it to a common control. But how to do it is by going to the top right hand side, more options, and I can see this option, convert to common. So now I can convert this control to a common control. I hit OK. And then I see clearly that the function has been changed to common control. So this is the first step, but now what to do next? So now I have to determine what are the reliant entities on this primary entity. So the entity which is associated to this control, which is the common control, it's the primary entity. So remember the schema that we've got here. This is the primary entity, and these entities are reliant on this primary entity. So now what I can do is getting back to my interface and looking for what are the reliant entities. So to determine what are the reliant entities, we've got different options. So the first one is to add them from the list of available entities within the instance. So we can hit that add button. And then selecting the entities that I need to add to my control. Let me add this one, for instance, Acme Banking Investments and Acme Branch Banking. We add both of them. And in case that I would like to add my entities from control objectives and the existing controls, which have been created once we are scoping the controls with the entity types, of course I can do it, but within this training instance, that we don't have any records to display. But the bottom line is that you can definitely do it. So you can add it from here, or we can go to the entity types and we can also add some entity types to my reliant entities. So let's take the business services and add them, and all of the underlying entities, they should be added to my reliant entities. So here we see that the count has been increased from 2 to 44. So what's going to happen next? So next, whenever you will be testing this common control, It will be done once, and the results are going to be spread across all of the underlying and the reliant entities. So you're going to save a lot of time for the control owners, and rather than doing the repetitive task again and again and going through all of those controls, you're going to just do it within the common control, and the results, they're going to be rolled up. Thanks for your attention, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.